Okay, and we have one angle, 2 and 3 angles. So we'll say we've got an angle here, we've got an angle here, and we've got an angle here. Okay, so we'll say that what we want to know is this angle here. So this is pretty simple. We'll say that this first angle is 68 degrees. Okay, and 31 and 29. Okay, so adding fractions that are just in whole degrees is just like adding any other number. Okay, so just we won't do any more examples than this, but just 68 plus 31 plus 29, right? The only thing that we have to remember at the end of this is that we have to make sure that we add the units of measure. So on any question that you answer for me, make sure that you add degrees at the end. So this would equal 128 degrees. Make sure that you put that degree sign symbol, with your answer, okay? Now, what if the dimensions here were 68, we'll just change these. Let's say 51 degrees and 25 minutes. Let's call this 30 degrees and 1 minute, and 28 degrees and 14 minutes. Okay, so again, going back to math, even thinking about adding decimal fractions, right? So whether we're adding decimal degrees or we're adding degrees and minutes and seconds, we add in columns, right? So we put the 51 degrees and the 30 degrees and the 28 degrees in a column, and then we have the 25 minutes, 1 minute, and 14 minutes. And please be aware that 1 is in the right column. So if you're adding minutes, you might want to remember to put a 0 in front of the 1, okay? Don't accidentally write the 1 here and make it a 10, okay? So if we add these up, we start from the right-hand side, right? 14 plus 1 is 15, plus 25 is 40. So 40 minutes, and then 109 degrees and 40 minutes. So it works out to a nice round number, right? Nice and easy. But this isn't always the case, right? And as we know, when it comes to adding decimal fractions, right? You know, if you get above 0.999 as a decimal fraction, then it becomes a whole number, right? So the same is true when it comes to degrees and minutes. So what if here this was a 31 minutes, right? What if that was 31 minutes? So what do I do now? Well, I still add the same way, right? 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 is 10. 1 and 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 8 and 1 is 9, and 5 and 5 is 10. So I have 109 degrees and 70 minutes. However, we've learned already that 60 minutes is equal to 1 degree. So anytime your minutes are 60 or larger, 61, 62, or whatever they are, then we need to take 60 minutes out of this and add 1 degree to this, right? Because every 60 minutes is 1 degree. So 109 degrees and 70 minutes should be simplified to say 110 degrees and 10 minutes, right? So if I take 60 away from here, I add 1 to here. So if I take 60 from 70, I get 10. I add 1 to 109, I get 110. So we need to remember that. It's just like when we're adding, you know, if we add 0.45 and 0.55 and 0.25, right? I get 15, 125, right? I only have 2 decimal places available for me here. So anything over 0.99 here becomes a 1. So bring the decimal down. See how there's 2 decimal places here? So 1, 2. So this becomes 1.25, right? Anytime we get above 0.99, then we have to go into the whole number. So the same as here. Once we get 60 or above, this goes up 1 degree, at least 1 degree. If this said 109 degrees and 120 minutes, right? Well, 60 goes into 120 twice. So we can just get rid of the 120 minutes and turn this to 111 degrees. So we have to understand that, right? You need to look at this column. When you add up your degrees and minutes, and even your degrees, minutes, and seconds, if that, add it like normal, like we did here, right? We ended up with 109 degrees, 70 minutes. You can write that, but make sure that you put it in its simplest terms, right? In its lowest terms, or in its proper terms in this case, right? Its proper term is to make sure that if you've got anything above 60, you take it away from minutes and add it to your degrees, okay? For every 60 minutes you take out, you add 1 degree.